Hello, and welcome to episode 56 of Spreading the Nerd. I'm your host today, Rick, because yet again, Clint is slacking off. But joining me today is our brother from the north and the east, Silcanit. How we doing, sir?
Doing good, doing good. I'm a bit out of my gaming funk. Like after my vacation, 10 days without playing,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know what to play.
You
I
did
couldn't,
bounce around a lot. I noticed that. I
yeah,
didn't realize that was why.
like the games I started before, I didn't really want to come back to them, and the ones
Mm-hmm.
I started didn't really stick too much. But I'm kind of out of that now. But I mean, I just have 4 weeks before another vacation comes in, so.
Mm.
And you?
Yeah, I'm okay. You and I actually have not shot the breeze too much recently. I kind of had a little bit of funk going on myself, and then kind of when I got back, just our schedules didn't align too much, so we haven't really chatted a whole lot the last like
Nope.
2 weeks or so. But it's good to see you here. Thanks for joining me, since he's too busy watching the
Not
dogs,
not playing Hollow Knight.
and also that's right, and also not playing Hollow Knight. Yeah, so today we're gonna have a pretty simple show, not too much to talk about. I just with the Game Award nominees being revealed, I thought that warranted
Yeah, we can
discussion.
go through them.
Uh, so and also joining us just in time to finish the introductions. We got yet another international episode. We got the European side, the North American side, and the Central / South European side. Is it
There you
European?
go.
American side. What's up,
We
Alex? How you doing?
we technically got conquered by Europeans first, so there's half European down there.
Yeah, but I mean the US too. So
But yeah, hello, welcome. Good to see you, Silken. It's been a while. So,
yeah. Well, we talk each time we have an episode without Rick, so
I know.
without Clint. Sorry.
I know. Yeah, so I was like, oh, Silken is there. This perfect timing, and good to see you, Rick, after our very short.
Yeah. We
time
didn't
yesterday.
get enough time to talk yesterday, so
Yeah.
I told Silkenit that we're like, this will be a short episode, and it'll be 3.5 hours long.
3.5 hours.
It was our longest episode by
ever.
probably good 45 minutes.
Yes, the ones that we recorded, yes, and
not counting when you did like the 4.
And thankfully, because I finally fixed the internet problem, it uploaded today. After
I
I've
saw
been
that.
having,
I saw that. Yes,
it finally like realigned perfectly again after like so long, like having such delayed episodes. And that one time that we lost one, that was also pretty long.
Right,
Remember
right.
from earlier this year. So,
right.
But good to see you here, and good to see you too, and everyone.
Yeah. So, well, thankfully, if we're checking the chat here, Clint got the notice that a mutiny has taken place, and he is officially off the show. And this is now our show moving forward. But, yeah. So, Alex, I was just telling everybody that since Clint couldn't make it today, I wanted to talk about the Game Awards nominees because, again, evidently I didn't get my feel enough yesterday. Yeah. So we're here today, and you said you wanted to join because we might as well get into it now. There's something you want to get off your chest, so let's have it right now.
So today the Black Friday sale started, and I was like, "What's in the like what's in the list?" And I saw that Mind's Eye was cheap, and I was like,
And if they weren't paying you to play it, you probably still overpaid for it.
I mean, it's cheaper, but is it cheap enough?
Yeah, exactly. So, and also because with my bud Paul, which is my other podcast co-host, we have a shared account where we like pay half and half. So I asked him, "Hey, for the lulz, should we get this?" So I just paid 15 for it. So I was like, "This is a game that just based on the videos that I saw early back then, and you can go see the Metacritics and all of that. It's like." I feel like I also shit talked to Justin that, but I never played it myself. So I feel like it's my fiduciary obligation to at least also go hands on, just to have authority. Because a certain person that used to be in my show,
we are all tangentially connected to this game.
Exactly. Unfortunately, unfortunately, we're tangentially connected to this game. And I was like, and that certain person kept always like arguing that it's not fair to hear this lambasting from people that have not played it. I was like, we're literally commenting on the literal betas that we've seen from many people that have tried it. Things like it's objectively there for you to say that that's how this game is. So I was like, at this point, I was like, yeah, it's like I'm not gonna go hands on, and hopefully it's been 6 months since this thing came out. Hopefully, maybe it's gonna be cleaned up. Maybe it's gonna be like at least a working video game. And as soon as I started, I was like, there was like this user generated things. I was like, what is this? And I got in. I started kind of like driving around, and suddenly there's a place where it stops. There's like an NPC that starts kind of like walking in and gets kind of stuck in an animation, and the level you would just not go on because that person was stuck in an animation, so the car wouldn't move, so they wouldn't trigger the thing. And then after that, the entire thing crashed. So I'm like, awesome. 6 months later.
Also important to note, when you posted the video, it ran at about 2 frames a second too.
Yes.
The frame rate was the worst I've ever seen.
Yes. So it's like so this was, but to be fair, that was like the user generated content. I was like, this is just hilarious. Then I've just been playing the campaign. I think I'm halfway through at this point because I started playing it today.
It's short. Yeah, I do know it's pretty short.
And there's something that I told Rick that it's like, there is some great production quality in the cutscenes. Like it's there. Like I feel they has like a nice visual style. This is a game that feels like they put all their budget in the cutscenes and then they let ChatGPT make the entire game around it. It's so vapid. It's so soulless. The combat is the stiffest thing that I played in years. I sent a video to Rick just for it to see like the general stiffness of how the character moves, shoots the gun, how the enemy AI behaves, how like how they don't even have like a semblance of intelligence to get into cover. Just start walking like outside of cover for you to like shoot them. It's like the gunplay is like, it's so, even before PS3 era, I would say, it's like, it's so like the open world is like the most empty thing, though it does look nice. Like at least there's like whenever there's like a overcast lightning, is like there's like in spots you can see that there is a god damn it, there is a kind of like a, it can certainly be a looker if you can get like the right screenshot and just post it. It's like, okay, at least there's a superficiality to that, but I can also stress how much the visual quality of that game completely changes when you start literally playing and you see like the cutscenes. It's like it really feels like I'm watching a asset flip. Like whenever I'm playing, like the way there's kind of like this clay style like to like the skin.
It looks like when you see, like, remember the GTA 6 leaks from what was about a year and a half ago? Like you can see that the animations are built, but it's not smoothly transitioning, and all the textures aren't there. That's what the game looks like.
Exactly.
That's what it actually looks like.
Yes, and that's what it was like. Whenever it's like in cutscenes, I was like right before we went live, like I started watching some cutscenes, and that's when I texted Rick. There is some nice direction to the cutscenes. Like if for some reason I found out that Leslie Vance used to be kind of the cutscene director for it's like, okay, that would make sense because I feel like this is kind of well shot. The story is dog shit. It's so stupid. Like the writing is so like hilariously bad. This is like watching the worst kind of Michael Bay movie with techno, like the techno mumbo jumbo, the stupid dialogue, the cursing, and all of that. It's like it feels very ingenuine and try hard. And gosh, it's like I would say I'm compelled to finish it though, because like I need to see how this train wreck kind of like keeps going. The one thing that I am the one thing that I'm kind of lamenting right now is that it's kind of fixed in the campaign. So it's like beyond the crash that I got earlier on, I haven't been getting as much frame rate drops or like crashes or like things being stupid beyond the enemy AI, like clearly like not having real enemy AI at all and all that.
Right.
That I am not getting the laugh out loud, look how broken this is, that clearly this game was back then.
Right.
It's just now such a soulless piece of crap. It's so bland, generic. It's like it just exists like in that middle area, and I don't know how they dare put this kind of thing out there, especially knowing that it was even more broken like a few months back. But even now, it's like it made me reconsider feeling like I was too harsh on Saints Row 2022. Yes, like literally today, I was like, this is making me reconsider reinstalling it because as bad as that game was, and that game was also broken and all that, there was a hilarity to it that it still kept me entertained knowing that it was even bad. This doesn't even have that. It's just so damn bland. And yes, part of this is driven over the endless conversations being written. Unfortunately,
that
I've
somehow
had to
we cannot get away from. Yeah,
get away from that.
which is our own doing too, to be fair.
Exactly, but this felt like the moment. I was like, okay, especially like because recently I also played and reviewed Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I did a complete review that I sent over at Season Game. I don't know if they posted it. I think because like always, there's like
When we were talking about it yesterday, they had not yet posted it. I actually checked while you were talking about it.
Yeah, and I don't think they have posted it yet. So it's like I said that the campaign of that thing is probably the worst thing that I have played of any game this year. That campaign's utter like the memes of abysmal dog shit like defines that campaign.
They have not posted it yet.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, and my thing was that also that also kind of like inspired me to also go to Mindside, because I was like, okay, Call of Duty is the worst thing I have personally played like in this year, but I have not played Mindside. I think I really need to like.
It's like your own personal Razzies award you're trying to do.
Yes, so I tell you, these are great siblings in the abysmal dog shit category. I tell you, but one is at least polished in Call of Duty.
Yeah,
but it's but it's so bad. It's just the memes are true. Everything about like Mindside is true, and unfortunately now it's just bland and boring because it's mostly being fixed compared to how it used to be, but it still has the frame rate drops. It doesn't run at 60 on a PS5 Pro at all. Right. It's like I tried it on I downloaded on the base PS5 that haven't delivered. I started like the frame rate's even worse there. So it's like, oh, okay, so yeah, it's like this has no remedy. It seems like
so as of this point, where would you put it on the Season Gaming 10-point scale?
Oh, it's a 2. Easy.
Wow, that bad.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, so actually much lower, a good bit lower than even Call of Duty.
Oh yes, because it's just so soul. It like to me, it's like the fact that it's so soulless. It's so painfully boring. It's like you're just kind of going, but then there's like a morbid curiosity of like, can it really always be like this? That kind of just keeps you going. There's just something that it's a train wreck that you cannot look away from.
Well, it makes sense when you really look at what it is, because it wasn't even supposed to exist in the first place. It was just supposed to be that everywhere, whatever it's called, system. And then they decided to build their own little like part of it, and then decided to make that part like the main game. And it was like, yeah, this never even was supposed to exist in the first place.
Yeah, and that game constantly tells you this thing was made by the creator, the Arcadia thing. It's called Arcadia. I have it on right now. It's like it's like this level was created with this tool and all that. So it's like it brings more into kind of like that idea of like this was generated by a tool more than like a creative endeavor. It's like it's
like you're playing a mod, except they chose to sell it to you.
Yeah, literally. I mean, like I remember when they were like, oh yeah, this is gonna launch as a campaign, and then the open world is gonna come out a year later, and then they laid off a bunch of people. Like they're like they're like pointing fingers at Leslie Benson for union busting and things like that. It's like it's just a complete disaster. And to me, like I'm flabbergasted that anyone even dare say that this is just an okay game. I tell you,
that is insane to me.
That's like the funniest thing, because it's like now is like I'm not gonna be gaslit. Like I've seen it now. I've seen it and played it now in my own eyes. And you have to be quality blind, as similar to color blind, to pretend that this is anything worth that. But yeah, it's like a Mindside 2 out of 10 so far. So
we're scraping the bottom of the barrel these days. Yeah.
Yeah, and only 2 because it at least turns on. It's functional.
The fact that you get to the main menu is worth 1 point in and of itself, right?
Exactly. And even then, I was questioning when it crashed that early when I loaded in that Arcadia thing that was like splashing in the menu. I was like, oh, what is this? Because there's like play the story, and there's all these other creations that they've been updating. So it's like, oh, interesting. So they've actually kept like updating this piece of crap. Yeah, cool. And I went there. I was like, oh, yeah. It's was it Game Rant, or was the video we saw of the worst games per year? Remember a few weeks back?
Game Ranks. I think.
Game Ranks. Yeah. When they were like, the year's not over, but there's nothing that.
They said like nothing else was even close.
Yeah. It's like they got it right. It is like Mindside is for real. It is the worst AAA game. And
that was before Call of Duty came out. Now the whole package clearly is obviously better in terms of
exactly, and that's kind of like the caveat with Call of Duty, because it's like it's sold in a package where 2/3 of it are decent. So it's like that lifts it up. Yeah, if it was like just the campaign sold as it was, it's like that would qualify very low. That campaign's atrocious. Especially
Yeah,
after last
I
year.
suppose if you want to give a very quick rundown, like maybe not as in depth as we went yesterday, but if you want to give a very quick run over what you thought of Call of Duty since you did the review for season gaming.
Yeah. So like the campaign is probably the worst campaign in Call of Duty history, and this includes Modern Warfare 3 2 years ago, which at the time held the crown because that was a slap together campaign, because that was clearly a DLC that Activision decided last minute, no, let's make it let's make it a full package because we're greedy and we don't know if this deal is going to happen. And the campaign of this year, like, underlines, if anyone was like concerned, that was like, we just got Black Ops 6 last year and they told us this was a game that was put together by Treyarch and Raven for like over the last 4 years. We've given them the time, love, and care for them to get it right. And then you see Black Ops 7 made by Treyarch and Raven. It's like, did they slap this together? And even they send other people, it's like, no, do not worry, we no, this was planned from the beginning. This was in concurrent development with last year's game, so don't worry, it has the same amount of time, love, and care that that last year's game got. When you play that campaign, which is literally the multiplayer, the zombie mode, and the DMC modes that they've done before, like repurposed into almost the entirety of the campaign, plus a few levels from Black Ops 1 and 2 that have gotten distorted, is like, you can absolutely see how they also slapped together that campaign, because it's like, it's so like, the worst part of Modern Warfare 3 was playing the open combat missions and you're realizing this is just Spec Ops / Warzone, like repurposed into the campaign. You even see it in the visual quality and all of that. Take that, that's pretty much all of this campaign too, on top of the doubling down on what the one element of the Black Ops series, which is like the mind games, the like the weird stuff that those campaigns usually eventually dive into near the end of their campaigns, and that's usually when they start kind of funneling apart, or depending on how they execute them. This time
except for Black Ops 1, where it actually was
Black
awesome,
Ops 1
right?
Nailed it, and then it started jumping the shark afterwards. So it's like they decided, let's just jump the shark from mission 1. You're gonna be fighting like you're gonna imagine this like super soldiers are basically zombies rushing at you. Every enemy that you fight here is like a bullet sponge. You're gonna go to like a mind trip where you're gonna be fighting Raul Menendez, the villain from Black Ops 2, with like a super like spongy health bar, and the only way to damage him is call in a score streak that sends in a machete down to like down to him in like the most it's like, how is this real? Like, this is happening while I'm trying to dodge these zombies kind of running around me. Eventually you get to a mission where Frank Woods becomes a 3-headed plant monster. I call it Plant Woods because it's just so like, how is this like what
how is it Call of Duty?
How is this the Call of Duty campaign? Like, why didn't you just make a zombie campaign then? Because it's literally the zombie mode. You just decided to put it like the campaign. It is short, but it feels eternal. I literally streamed from start to finish this campaign. I thought I streamed for 10 hours and it was just for 5. Like playing playing through that campaign, because it's just so, playing a campaign where every enemy that you fight, for a campaign that usually kind of moves you forward and everything is a bullet sponge, it's so dreadfully boring. There's no set pieces like you expect from Call of Duty. There's no mission variety like you expect from Call of Duty. It's like even when they attempt versions of set pieces, they're very fleeting, and it's all like in the context of how they repurpose these levels, because it's literally multiplayer modes trying to funnel you into like the bones of the multiplayer, and it's just so dispiriting and so lazy, especially because just last year in Black Ops 6 we got one of their most varied campaigns where every mission that you played was different from the other. That felt like it had time. They were very thoughtful. The story sucked at the end, but at least for mission variety, it was like, I'm gonna give it to you. You thought through it. You just didn't want to go through the motions. You thought of variety. You even had an open world level that didn't feel like a Warzone level. Still felt like campaign, like its own thing. So it felt like a complete game, and the way the campaign of this thing didn't. If I were scored that campaign like by itself, I even put it in my review. You'll see it whenever it goes live. I gave it a 3 out of 10, and I would have gone lower, but I made the joke as like, at least it's how can I say this? It looks great and it works. So I'm giving it the 2 points. It's polished. It's polished like Call of Duty always is. But like, if you're a campaign player, avoid. And you can't even play this by yourself unless you're gonna have the most miserable time ever, because it is multiplayer repurposed. There's no difficulty options. There's like no way to pause that. You cannot pause the campaign halfway. Like you cannot.
That all is insane. That is so crazy.
Especially if you play by yourself. It's like it pretends it's always online. At least you can matchmake, but even matchmaking was kind of brutal. It was it was kind of like, I'm loading with 4 people. It says that I'm loading with 4 people. That is only with the 2 people. There's no middle game like matching into the thing, and the game supposedly scales up depending on how many players are like in the match. I never really felt the difference personally. It just always felt so bland and so equally difficult / not difficult, but in solo is just so bad. So it's like the campaign was just such a that like for that package a complete miss. However, the multiplayer felt like a nice tweak to last year's, where they've done some smart some smart tweaks into like how the multiplayer works. Where last year introduced Omni Movement 360. You can sprint and do that, and you feel like you're like a Matrix character where you're like diving and everything. But that got too sweaty with the super fast tactical sprint and all that. They finally took out tactical sprint as a base thing in Black Ops 7, and if you want to have tactical sprint, you have to equip that perk that then is going to slow your normal movement down to allow for tactical sprint. So like the level of movement doesn't feel as chaotic anymore, despite the fact that they had a wall jump again. So it's like it feels like a very well considered change that, as of right now, I don't feel it's make the game as sweaty as last year, and I don't feel like the wall jumping is something that's easily spammed because of the way the levels are designed. It feels like that the wall jump is just specific for to be able to jump like some gaps between the between the level, instead of something that's constantly available to you that you can like literally spam, which was the thing that people hated when Call of Duty had high mobility, that everyone just kept spamming them. It was like constantly having to look up and all of that, and it became very unbalanced. I don't feel it has that problem. I feel the maps last year, half of them I liked, half of them I didn't, because there were a few that were too big and others that were too small. I feel every map is like well designed, but also I don't think there are standouts. It's like I cannot tell you I absolutely love this map, but it's like because everything feels well considered. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like I don't mind that there's like this variety, even though I don't have like a particular favorite. Like I tend to be, everything kind of just blends together for me. And then the zombie mode is, compared to last year's mode, at launch feels a little bit more robust. Last year only launched with 1 map. This year it launches with 2, and it top-down twin stick shooter.
Dead Ops.
The Dead Ops arcade. So if you're a zombie player, you're basically that's a mode that becomes big over time. They're starting you out with more content than they did last year. So it's like I can't imagine you're gonna be like feel shortchanged if you're a zombie guy. So overall, I feel those are 2 decent sides of the package that try to lift up the fact that it has such an abysmally bad campaign into the side. And it hurts more because last year we got a solid 3 package. Like all 3 of them felt solid. This time we have an abysmal side. It's like after 20 years of Call of Duty, this is the 20th entry annualized. It's like it's not an excuse, especially like who owns it now. And they made the choice to put out this year. Like that's on them. Let's just say that. So it's like, and if you wanted to get all the credit for how good last year's was, you're gonna also take the you're gonna take the lump sum of how this one went, because you made the choice to still annualize it, despite you didn't need to do that. But
at the very least, if it was that bad, they should have just stripped out the campaign if they insisted on releasing it. Yeah.
And it's like I feel they're still scared because they know the backlash for Black Ops 4 was real. They have not attempted to do that ever since they did that. So
yeah, but the backlash for this campaign is even worse. So
exactly, it's just like damn if you do or damn if you don't. It's like the things stop annualizing. It's clear annualization is not working. Like you need to give these teams more time. That was the whole thing, that the copium for everyone was like, yeah, this acquisition is like they're gonna give them more time now, because not Activision requiring the sweatshop yearly thing, because that's how they make their money. It's like, well, we're all laughing now. It's what about you guys?
So is there anything you wanted to talk about? So there's one thing I'll talk about, but any games that you've been playing or you want to talk about?
Dispatch.
Yes,
you're in it with the right guy. Yep,
and
he's a big Dispatch guy.
Is fantastic.
Yeah,
and it's competing really hard with the Silk Song for my number 2 of the year.
It's funny enough that you say that, because I feel the same way of Dispatch. Dispatch is my surprise of the year.
Because my first is Expedition 33. That won't change now.
yeah, at this point, it's set for you.
But Dispatch came in clutch at the end.
Do you also have a crush on Blonde Blazer?
Sorry?
I said, do you also have a crush on Blonde Blazer? Isn't that her name? Isn't that who Paul's crushing on these days?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought her name was.
Not really. Like
No.
I prefer Malevola, but you can't romance her. So
You prefer what's her name?
Malevola. It's
Oh yeah, the devil.
red demon.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know who you're
girl.
talking
It's
about.
Karlak.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but it's not an option. So yeah, I can't wait. Like I have another playthrough planned tomorrow with friends.
Mhm.
We'll just make like because the first one I did myself, but this one we'll choose together what route to take. That will be fun. Yeah, I can't wait. So Dispatch,
Yeah,
really good.
no, he's been talking about it. He and Paul both have been talking about it like nonstop.
Yeah, that was
And-
that one came out of nowhere for us, literally.
Yeah,
Like because,
and I really liked. Like usually, I don't really like when games are on episodes or like on
Mhm.
like on 2 or
Okay.
3 like package.
Mhm.
But for that one, it really
Since
works.
it was
because
only like 4 weeks between all of them, wasn't
Yeah,
it? Something
and
like
it was
that.
Yeah.
2 episodes a week.
Yeah.
2 episodes a week. But even one episode, like they really are written and constructed like a TV show.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And on other games, episodic games that I played before, it never really felt like that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But that one, you have like a
Like
end
a
credits
resolution
and
almost. Yeah, I gotcha.
you really have like a TV show. You have like the
Mhm.
title screen is different each time, and then you have the
Yes.
credit each time at the end, and
The
and you
animation
can just stop there. Like you have the option on the credits to go back to the main menu or continue.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like
So-
and not only that, it's like the animation quality of this thing is out of this world. Like it's like
It is
so
it is a
good.
massive step up from what they used to do. I saw
Mhm.
some video. I don't know if it was an ad or whatever, and I was like, wow, that actually looks a lot better than what their stuff used to.
Mhm. Yeah. It's like glad it's like they finally can do a game like that without the Telltale tool that was so broken and busted because they could never fix it. And
Yeah, this
was
actually
like,
looks good. Like it
Mhm.
animates well, and
Yeah.
it looks sharp and clean.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the action sequence are like super fluid, like
Mhm.
like 10-10, like the no nuts. So that's been my main game.
That's cool.
Because
Mhm.
after that I played I for some reason fell down into Code Vein.
A Code
I
Vein.
saw you
Yeah.
playing that. I'm like, that's a
Yeah,
random
because
one.
like I was seeing, they are doing like once a week or 2 weeks, like they have a little trailer for characters
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
or Code Vein 2,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and I was like, yeah, that looks cool, but I never really finished Code Vein,
Mhm.
so
Me
might as
neither.
well do it
Yeah.
before, because it releases like
January 30th.
yeah, like it's
Mhm.
super early in the year, so I was like, if I want to catch up to it, I need to do it now.
Yeah, I
This
have
would be the
Code Vein. I've
time.
actually never played it.
Yeah, I played the demo
Um,
and the initial area before you go to like the base, like your base of operation. That's as far as I've gone with Code Vein.
Oh yeah, that's really early.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's I was expecting like a better combat. Like it's really not really difficult. It's not really like good. It's really cutscene heavy.
Mhm.
Like they
Oh,
really
really?
are pushing like the story.
Mhm.
Honestly, it's really a story game, and you have like bits of action sequence between. Like
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, with a little bit of the Souls-like kind of like flow of combat, a little bit, even though they're not as good as
really
as
not
a
as
better.
good. Like I'm halfway to the game, and I maybe the maximum attempt at the boss was 3.
Mhm.
Because the first time I didn't know what to expect, the second time I got cocky, and the third time I was okay. Let's be patient for 30 seconds and and kill it. So
Well, speaking of Souls likes, are you Silken? Are you planning to get that Vadi book? What the hell is it called?
for now, I haven't pre-ordered it yet.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I have the link up so that I can go do so afterwards. It's Lorebound, Elden Ring Explained. And I'll get the deluxe edition since it's the hardcover
Yeah,
one.
from the master himself.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah,
and I consider it because he covers the DLC and Night Train.
All right.
If he had stopped at just Elden Ring,
I agree.
No,
I agree. Yep. I would have stuck with Grace Given, but the fact that he went with Shadow Tree, I'm like, now I have to get it.
Yeah.
And also, actually, unlike Grace is Given, it's not absurdly overpriced too. It's like It's like $95, which is expensive, but it's not $300.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I've seen the $300 one.
Now, actually, to be fair though, now you can get a softcover version of Grace Given for like $85. But I mean that hardcover is stunning. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, no,
I don't know if you noticed it, Alex. It's actually behind Silcanit. There, it's above his right shoulder.
Nice.
Yeah, he doesn't have it in the slipcover, but that's it. But yeah, now I'll get this actually since it's Vaughty. It's like it'll be. I'll be able to hear his voice as I read it. It'll have that sweet English accent to it. Yeah, no, I'll end up picking that one up. That actually I get paid today. I was waiting until I get paid. I'll probably pre-order it after the show's over. So the other thing I was going to talk about. Sorry, Alex, you're going to have to hear this all over again.
Go for it.
Clint's heard me kind of waxing poetic about it all week. I have been playing pretty much nonstop this week, Stalker 2, because the 1.7 update came out that pretty much turns this into the game that everybody wanted it to be at launch. It has like the A life system is. I'm sure they're still going to continue improving it, but it basically is to where it needs to be now, to where it functions like Stalker. It runs much better. They added all kinds of new like you can hide in grass and stuff like that. Damn, this game is fucking awesome, man. I love this game. If it came out this year, like if it came out just 2 months after what it did, I can tell you right now, because of this update, this would be in my top like 3 or 4 of the year. It's that good. But I don't know, Silken, have you played it? You're a shooter guy, I think, aren't you?
I realized that I'm not as much as I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was really into shooters like when I was a teenager.
Are you calling me immature?
No.
Well, you should, because I am. But
yeah, you are, but not for that reason. No, I'm not really a shooter guy anymore.
Gotcha.
And especially not like Sim. Like, and that's really funny that you're putting Stalker 2 that high on your list of the year, because I know that KCD2 is probably just above.
KCD is number 1, so yeah. it would be
and that makes me realize that I don't want my game to be too realistic.
That's fair, and actually, I'll be honest with you, that's a good observation, because I do tend to like a more simulated world, more simulated whatever. Like even when it comes to driving games, I prefer the sim side.
I want like good physics, because I don't want like stuff flying around when I like ragdoll or anything. Depending on the game, but yeah, I don't want to have like to manage the sound I make, and if I have like keys that rattles on the side of my
pockets, I mean,
like,
you don't have to worry about that. This isn't
no, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I feel you on that, Silken, because that's kind of like what's been my struggle trying to get into KCD2 because of the sim aspect of it. So I feel you.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, and I mean, I can't speak to Alex. I can't speak to Clint, but that is a major draw for me. It's unique because there's just not many things that try to. There's not many RPGs that try to replicate a more non-fantasy and more realistic. Like actually, another one that comes to mind, and if it had any kind of like funding to it, it'd probably be awesome. Is a game called. Are you familiar with Outward? Is the name of it?
Outward.
Yes, I love Outward.
It is a.
But it's gamified enough for me.
Yes, but it also
accept it as a survival game.
But it also has mechanics that it tries to really emphasize. Like the fact that you have to like take your backpack off when you're in battle. Well, you don't have to, but you should take your backpack off when you're in battle. Like that stuff. But
yes, but it's easy to do. Yeah, it's a button and your backpack is off. Like KCD, like okay, I don't have the right armor and I'm too heavy for the 2 guys in front of me. Well, I'm fucked.
I mean, it's not that bad. Come on.
No, but I mean, you know what I mean. Like, and like. For me, Outward is a survival game.
It is.
So
yes,
I know.
It's
that
a survival RPG. It very much.
I know that I have to manage my like hunger, stamina, and there will be like hot temperature, cold, and I have to adapt to that. And when I go to just an RPG, and that's maybe I don't approach KCD2. I should approach KCD2 as a survival RPG, and maybe
Yeah,
then it will like click better.
It's
for me.
nowhere near as hardcore as as Outward on those type of mechanics. Obviously, it has a hunger mechanic. It has a I don't think
like
that's
a
the first mechanic.
first mechanic to save your game.
Well, yeah. Although to be honest with you, in KCD2, you can exploit it because if you do save and quit, it doesn't delete the save when you go back in, so you technically can save it that way. But I get what you're saying. I mean, it's not for everybody. I will say one thing: most people who get turned off because it's kind of unwelcoming at first, push on a little bit because the reality is KCD2 actually is a lot easier than the first one. It's just the very beginning, it does kind of throw you in the midst of it.
Yeah.
But once you figure it out, it's actually honestly kind of easy. Whereas the first one was incredibly difficult at times. So.
Yeah. It's just so, especially if you're not playing the PC version. I tried the PS4 version of that first one recently. I'm like, oh no.
See, nope. I did play it before 2 came out. I played it on, and I was like, actually, I do wish it ran at 60, but otherwise, I mean, it's still janky. But I actually quite enjoyed it, and the fact that it actually ran at a pretty locked 30 because you were obviously I was on the PS5 Pro. I actually quite enjoyed because actually I discovered I actually liked playing that game with a controller more than I did with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, it's just that I feel because I experienced KCD2 first and then went back.
Yes,
like, oh,
yes,
no,
you can't do that.
Like,
you definitely cannot.
Yes, exactly.
The first is significantly clunkier than the second.
Yeah, so that makes it even harder but they said that they're doing a current gen version of one early next year.
Yeah, I just expect it to more or less be probably higher texture resolution and faster load times, which the load times are definitely a problem. And 60 frames. But that I don't think they're going to probably make any real changes to the way that it plays. I would expect that's going to stay the same. But
yeah, like I know it's not for me, but I still voted for it as best RPG in the Game Awards.
Yeah,
because
same.
Because
you did. Actually, I didn't know. Not you. I meant I didn't see that on your list that you voted for that.
They didn't. Oh no, sorry. I voted.
I was going to say. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing KC.
Because for me it allows more role play than and that will be like some people will say like in that case you're voting for the best Western RPG because JRPG will never give you that.
Right.
Because that's not their style. But I was like, but
and it's a way to also
provide the name role play RPG.
Yeah. And it's a way to add more balance to the fact that E33 is basically set for a sweep too. So it's like at least you can give it to some other ones, because it's still gonna win a bunch. So
it is.
But,
although actually we were talking before, and what surprised me is Silcanit did not pick E33 for any of the performance.
Nope.
Yeah, best performance. He picked the same thing we did.
Yeah, I picked Troy Baker.
Yeah, that's
because I loved Mile as a character and the performance good. I loved some of Ben Starr's like lines toward the end.
Yeah, exactly. The end. See, I told Rick that it's like the end.
Like the very, very end. But Troy Baker is like such a good Harrison Ford, but still Troy Baker.
It's easily the most spot on impersonation I have ever heard of his performance.
I would say it's so spot on that I was able to trick my parents one time that I was playing that game in the living room and he was speaking. I was like, yeah, it's Harrison Ford. It was
my one friend texted me. I don't know why she thought I didn't know about the game, but she's like, this new Indiana Jones game, Harrison Ford plays him. I was like, no, he doesn't. She's like, yeah, he does. And I was like, no, it's Troy Baker. She's like, well, he sounds just like him. I'm like, actually, he doesn't, but he does here. He actually sounds totally different. But he is he is very good at changing his voice. I mean, I'm sure you both heard his Joker. His Joker is spot on as well.
Oh yes, he's like his Joker's incredible. And
he sounds like Mark Hamill.
I mean, as much as I like to harp a bit on him that he's everywhere in the gaming industry, there's a reason for it.
He is the most talented voice actor.
And just within this year, getting indie and seeing his insane performance as Higgs in The Stranding 2. is like it's like just shows that it just shows his versatility as an actor.
Yeah.
It's why
Yeah,
he's as
the range
prolific
is
as he
insane.
is.
In that case, he doesn't change his voice much, but it's a very
Mhm.
different role from what he
Mhm.
typically plays. I mean, there's just pure insanity in everything he says. So.
Exactly. Oh yes.
Yeah, Higgs is awesome, actually.
Mhm.
But yeah, I cannot speak highly enough about this most recent update of Stalker 2.
Mhm.
I haven't watched the video, but actually just today, Digital Foundry put
Yeah.
up
I
their thing.
watched it.
And
I watched it.
actually, I saw that it basically said like, it might not. I'm sorry, on Twitter where they were posting it, it said, if you haven't played this game yet, now's the time to do it.
Mhm.
So
Even
And
if you
just
own
in
it
time
in
for
the Ultimate
PlayStation
Edition.
release, no?
Yes, the
it
PlayStation
came out
release came out
yesterday.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yep.
Yes, okay, yeah. So,
I actually I started on PC because I was going to try to check out the DualSense features because they do
They passed it on.
they do technically work on PC, but I don't think they were quite working right for me because the haptics weren't quite working properly, and the adaptive trigger didn't feel right to me. So I don't think it actually was working right.
DualSense on PC is a bit iffy sometimes.
Yes, it is. So I want to like I hope I know somebody that gets a physical copy of this game for PS5. I don't think I ever will, but I just want to borrow it because I want to see what this feels like on like with just to see how that is, because every review I read said that actually this is probably the best implementation of DualSense features outside of like Astrobot.
Outside of first party, basically. So,
but really just Astrobot because nothing else even used it that much. Obviously, Yote.
That's one of the Sea as good ones, but a bit less.
Yote used like the various different, but it didn't really use the haptics very much. Whereas this probably does a lot with the haptics.
Yeah.
And obviously Yote, you don't use the triggers much, so it didn't do a whole lot with adaptive triggers either. But
Spider-Man 2 kind of used them in a few times, the haptics of the trailers. So,
yeah. Then the other thing that it added that I really wanted to kind of point out was it added a new difficulty. And it's not so much the difficulty I want to talk about, but it added master difficulty. But in doing that, one of the things about master difficulty is you cannot save outside of, like, you cannot manually save, outside of in villages. So think of it as like the KCD save system, right? Or a couple manual saves, whatever. Which that sounds obnoxious, and it is, but it also does add a kind of point of a world being constantly dangerous, right? And you really want to be careful with all the anomalies you run into and stuff like that. However, master difficulty is evidently brutally, insanely hard. And they realized that some people probably wanted to play with some of those like rule sets, if you will, but not on master. So they added an option called expeditions, which you can turn on only at the start of a game. Like also, that's the other thing about master difficulty is you can only select it at the start. You cannot change to it or from it. But expeditions, same deal. Once you turn it on, it's on. But you can play any of the 3 difficulties with that on. And I will say, the beginning, you have to fight what's called a bloodsucker, which is a kind of mutant that's pretty tough if you don't know what you're doing. And that was kind of obnoxious to get through at the very beginning without being able to save before it. But I did get past it, and I'm now actually in the open world again. And I'm like, yeah, this is sweet, because it actually makes you like really kind of want to think out what you're doing. It's not for everybody, and I'll be honest with you, it's not for most people. Unless you kind of want to be somewhat masochistic about it, it's probably not a good thing to do for a first playthrough. But I like the idea of like the feeling of danger, because that's kind of what Stalker's setting is always about. Is it's like the zone is just always trying to kill you no matter where you are, what you're doing.
I mean, if you want to sell that, you just have to say that on expedition mode, Stalker 2 becomes an extraction shooter, because you have a limited backpack and you can just save and unload on your in safe towns. So it's the same loop as Arc Raiders. Like, you just have to say that. And
didn't you just say that it has an unlimited backpack? I mean, it technically
no. I said that it becomes like Arc Raiders, like you have a limited backpack.
Oh, limited. I think so.
You have to, and you can just like sell and like store, etc., and save when you're in town. So when you extract, when you go back, so it's the same. It becomes the same loop that the extraction shooter.
I guess the main difference there would be, whereas Arc Raiders, where you permanently lose whatever you died, you don't permanently lose it in Stalker, because you can go back and get it. But yeah, that's probably not a bad comparison. But again, that's totally optional. You don't, and even in the middle of a game, you cannot turn expeditions on. You have to turn it on at the start of a new game. Yeah. But yeah, just very, very good update. I mean, Alex, you said you watched it. It sounded like that's what Digital Foundry said. Sounded like they were saying like, yeah, this is absolutely kind of the game we were all waiting for.
And the interesting thing is that they said that they didn't even add anything new from Unreal Engine. It's still using the same.
Yeah, that's next year is when they add 3.5 or whatever version they're switching to. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were able to kind of still just optimize what they had there already.
Significantly more optimized than it used to be. Way more.
Yeah, and they confirmed that it runs great in performance mode now, which it didn't back in Xbox. And the only time, and you even said this yesterday, so he's confirmed. Like if you go to the city,
raw stock, I think is where it still chugs probably. Yeah.
Exactly. When you go to like a big city, that's when it starts chugging, but not as bad as before. It's just when you start noticing it. So
yeah, I guess even on high end PCs, it really would chug previously, and I don't know how it is now. Raw stock's a little further in the game. I haven't even been there yet, but I do know that it's very. I don't know what it is about it, and maybe it's big, maybe it's got a lot of people. I imagine it's got a lot of people. That's probably what it is, because the game in particular is very CPU heavy because of the A life system. So I imagine that's probably what it does. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Just kind of preach the praises to that one. If for anybody who's a fan of like a game like that or whatever, now's the time to jump in. Like they really have made the game that we were all waiting for.
So Rick, are you ready to pop a blood vessel again?
Oh, here we go. What?
Yeah. Game Awards stock.
Oh! I thought something happened.
No.
No, I'm prepared to be annoyed about this. Don't worry. So yeah, I guess.
Oh, by the way, Silent Hill 2 remake shadow dropped on Xbox today.
Yep. I saw that. Yep.
With like a 50% discount. So
not with Wish.
Like if you want to stay a bit on the news, I learned that, and I think it released today, the gameplay trailer of a new Hoyoverse game.
Yes,
that's literally Control.
Yeah, I actually I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. I was gonna watch it until I found out it was Hoyoverse.
It's
and I'm
Varaspura. Like,
man,
check that out.
They
I launched the trailer. I saw the intro sequence and I was like,
Yeah, I was gonna watch it, and then I saw it was Hoyoverse, and I'm like, well, that means it's free to play, and that means I won't touch it. So no point watching this.
And it's ripping off Control, like
it's like, I mean, they have no shame. Literally, they have zero shame.
Like,
and the market still rewards them.
They do make money hand over fist, so it's kind of hard to criticize them too much. But I'm gonna anyway because I hate free to play. But anyway, yeah. So I figured, we'll just start here. We'll skip esports because I know you guys don't care about this.
You can start with a content creator of the year.
Yeah, sorry. Well, even that I don't know if anyone cares about, but yeah, as I mentioned yesterday, I know this guy, and I know this guy.
I know Kadrel because he was hosting like he was commenting in League of Legends.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask, like who he was. Like, so okay, that makes more sense.
I don't like this guy, so I voted for him. That's all I can say.
Most critical because he was great in Dispatch as Sonar.
Sonar,
yeah.
Let's see what we got.
He's funny. His deadpan humor is funny. So
most anticipated games. So I'm gonna actually guess that probably all three of us picked a different one here. Because I know damn well Silcanit didn't pick Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
No.
Me neither.
Silcanit, I'm gonna guess you probably picked Witcher, right?
Yes.
Witcher would be my number 2. Whereas Alex, you picked First Light.
Yeah, I picked Bond.
Let's see. Anybody else, by the way? You guys, I mean, there's, I think, Freight and Clinton was in there. But if you guys want to chime in what you picked, you certainly can.
Yeah, I love burnt peanut freighter.
but perhaps the single biggest farce of a category they have this year,
especially with the choices.
Considering not good, bad, terrible.
Yeah.
So, and I guess
funny.
I haven't watched
mediocrely acceptable, but.
I voted Splinter Cell because I was like, if we have maybe a Splinter Cell based adaptation, maybe that will summon a Splinter Cell game.
Yeah. we summoned the remake. We know they still keep working and insist that they still are working on.
Yeah.
So the fact that Sonic 3 is not here, it's a travesty. And also Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal is because they put 2 Sony Pictures thing. The best Sony Pictures thing this year was Twisted Metal. So it's like, why didn't they then put it and instead put this 2? It's insane to me. But
yeah, it would have been the easy pick if it was here.
Yeah.
Sonic 3 is awesome.
Yeah. Bummer.
best multiplayer. Now, this is a pretty good. We were talking about this yesterday. I don't even know what this is, but you were telling me about it yesterday. But
Peak is Peak is
yeah, I mean, for me, it was a pretty clear Battlefield for me. What about you guys?
I think I picked Battlefield just on the fact that it's the one that I play because Arc Raiders I haven't played much because of all that I've been playing. But I see the conversation in Arc. I love
it's probably good. It's probably going to be one of these two. I would think.
Yeah, I wanted Peak because like one, it's the indie game on the
surprise.
And not only that,
and it's really really fun. Like to watch.
Won yesterday. It won yesterday at the Golden Joysticks. Peak was the multiplayer of the year. So. There is like it has a chance because
the thing with Arc Raiders, like it's multiplayer, but like a lot of what I see are people playing solo
by themselves. Yeah,
and it's like but I mean, for what I like in multiplayer is co-op. I don't care too much about PvP.
And that's Peak and technically also Night Rain, but Night Rain's fine.
And Split Fiction too, but Split Fiction is not. Yeah.
It could be rewarded somewhere else, not here.
If you're generous.
I imagine of the three of us, I'm probably the only one that even really cared about this, but I picked F-125 just because Codemasters need some love. However,
I've got Sonic just because
Sonic's a fair pick too.
Yeah.
I hear only praise about Sonic.
Rematch probably doesn't deserve to be here simply because it's, my understanding, still kind of broken. But I know there is actually a pretty good game there. They just really got to fix the servers.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be there at all.
No, not at all. The only
category, wild that this is here.
Yes, the only category that Mario Kart deserved to be in was soundtrack, and they didn't even put it there. So,
here we have our. We don't know what to categorize this, so we'll throw it all in one.
The hodgepodge.
What'd you guys pick?
I voted Final Fantasy Tactics.
Tactics.
Alters, because Tactics is a remake, shouldn't be there.
I also picked Alters, actually. Not that I've even played it, but just because COG praises the hell out of this game. So.
Yeah, I only played the demo of the Alters, but I know how good it is from that.
Yeah, I wanted to give it to Final Fantasy just out of loyalty to Final Fantasy. So even though I haven't played it. So.
I don't like Final Fantasy Tactics, so I couldn't pick that, but Family, pretty strong showing. Again, maybe doesn't deserve to be here. But the other four, the other four.
The thing is that I think Mario Kart would deserve to be here, but doesn't deserve even remotely close to be the winner. It's just kind of like it's still a family game for people to play. Kids like Mario Kart. It's just like that's a significantly worse Mario Kart than Mario Kart 8. I did Donkey Kong here.
That's what I did as well. I figured we probably all did, but I know, Alex, you always say how good Lego Party is, and
Lego Party is shockingly good
as well. I heard really good things about Lego Voyagers as well.
Yeah, Voyagers, the only thing is that it's too short. Is the only thing is like it starts getting exciting and then it suddenly stops, and it's really good. So you're like left as, man, I wanted more of this. So.
Best fighting, kind of another fraudulent category. Not because the category itself is fraudulent, but because the
choices.
That's fraudulent. That's fraudulent, and that's fraudulent. So just on basis alone, I picked 2XKO.
Yeah, Maximilian said that his vote would go to Fatal Fury, Seed of the Wolves, but
I voted like Fatal Fury just because of the Chun-Li they have.
Gotcha.
Because of the what?
The Chun-Li.
Chun-Li. That's the only reason I voted for it. I saw the model. I was like, yeah, okay.
I mean, come on, a collection.
And not only that, the
and a remake.
And the collection for Mortal Kombat it has a lot of problems too. It's like it has a lot of input-lag problems. So.
Best RPG, that shouldn't be there at all. That's really
and Monster Hunter Wild
so probably shouldn't be. But all three of these are good, very good candidates. I mean, I'm picking there.
Like I said, I picked Kingdom Come 2 because of the.
Alex, you went
because of
I went Outer World. I went Outer World.
Outer Worlds. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that's you went.
No,
see, you fraud! You didn't pick any KCD.
I know. If there was a best graphics category, I would have probably given it to KCD2 or consider it there because it's such a beautiful looking game.
Another immensely strong category here. You really got. I mean, Split Fiction is not my thing, but you got 5 genuine like heavy hitters here. I think I went Death Stranding on this one, just because I barely consider Hollow Knight to be an action adventure. That's kind of the only reason. I like Hollow Knight better, but I don't quite categorize it in this category, which I think is why.
Like that's interesting because I voted Silksong because I consider Metroidvania purely action adventure.
It's fair. I just
because it's pure action on the combat and the arenas and the boss, and it's pure adventure because you have to explore everywhere to get.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I wanted to be sure. I did pick Death Stranding.
and for me, I picked Indiana Jones specifically because the category underlines puzzle solving, and I'm like, which other game does puzzle solving better? This this one.
Split Fiction has some good puzzles.
Yeah, but it's like Indiana Jones. Like, it's super like elaborate. It has a lot of super elaborate puzzles.
But again, we had a discussion yesterday. I would argue that of all of these, I can't judge this, but it's easily the worst combat. Of these three for sure, it's easily the worst combat. But yeah, good options though. Yeah, best action game. This is also a good one.
Yeah, it sucks to me, and I think I said it yesterday. And I still underlined that there are enough shooters that happen in a year that you can easily make a best FPS category.
It should be separated. I do agree. Silcanit, I'm gonna guess you picked Hades, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Alex, I went
Shinobi.
You went.
Yeah,
I didn't watch Shinobi because I haven't played it yet. I saw bits of it, and I was.
I'm gonna look. I beg to differ. I'm almost positive you picked Ninja Gaiden.
Unless it kept the picture, because I think I swapped it out to Shinobi. I think it's in the swap picture. Let me see.
I'm looking out. I'll find yours. Hold on.
Yeah, let me see. I have it on. No, it's Shinobi. I have the picture here with me. Yep, I picked Shinobi.
I could not pick Shinobi because
you have not played it.
Game sucks balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, so just a little quick story as to why I don't have it. Because I reached out and I was like, why the hell do I not have this yet? I got, when they released it, I got their like classic edition or whatever, which has like a steel book and then like a Genesis looking case. And they were doing one where you could get the game shipped separately from whenever that content was finished. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Well, because I didn't order it before like freaking July 26th or something like that, I didn't get it in the first wave. The second wave ships in like late December. I'm like, then why the fuck did I pay 2 shippings? Because I'm going to get it like a week before the other content. God, I hate limited run. They suck so bad. Anyway,
sometimes they have stuff I want, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah,
it's limited run. I don't trust them.
Yeah, but yeah. So I went Ninja Gaiden because like you said, I can't really pick a shooter for this. Hades is not my jam, and I haven't played Shinobi, so I could not really really give it. But I think if I had, I think I would have picked Shinobi.
Yeah, in the little that I played of Shinobi and its quality and all of that, and I love Ninja Gaiden 4, is like I feel just in quality alone, like Shinobi is slightly better. Like it's such a strike gang. And
I played the demo, and I guess based on the demo, I would agree that it's definitely better. But I only played the demo. I didn't play the actual game.
Exactly. It was like it's pretty well represented, I would say.
Best VR AR, again, actually not a terrible selection this year. I picked Alien Rogue Incursion just because it looked the best. I haven't played any of them, so
yeah. And this one I deferred to my friend Luis, who is a reviewer in VR. That he like his pick is Arcanage, so I was like, okay, like I defer to the authority, the people that actually do this thing, and they say Arcanage is the best one out of these 5. And Midnight Walk, it's a game that you can play with a VR. That just has like a VR mode. So.
It's the one by the Lost in a Random Team, right? Isn't that what that one is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Silcanit, what'd you pick here?
I picked Midnight Walk because it's basically the only one I knew.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what Ghost Town is. I have no idea, and I basically wouldn't pick this on principle alone. But what the hell was that?
Here I picked Sonic because I know Sonic.
Yeah, I barely even acknowledge the presence of this. I think I picked this because it had.
I picked Uma Musume because
you picked that one, Uma. Okay, yeah, it had cute girls.
Uma Musume, yeah.
And actually, it would have been Persona 5 because I'm a Persona 5 fanboy. But I'm like, you know what? You made that a mobile game. Fuck you. I'm not picking it. Oh, here we go. The Silcanit category. We noticed what's it called is not there because he.
Yeah, he withdrew, which was a massive respect for the guy.
So considering no matter what anybody says, this is not an indie. It does not qualify in my eyes. I picked Dispatch simply because you guys had praised it. Silcanit, I'm sure you picked. Actually, no, I'm gonna guess you picked Blueprints.
Best debut indie. Where is?
This should just be called the Silcanit the Silcanit award.
Yeah.
No, I wanted Dispatch. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Dispatch is like
okay.
Yeah. This one.
This is debut, to be fair. Not yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would give it to this because it's the only place where Dispatch showed up, and it deserved to be in more places. So yeah,
because it released like because of the episodic and the end of the year, it's kind of iffy.
No, and they explained
or not. So.
Greg Miller from Kind of Fun explained that the week episodes 1 and 2 came out is the same week that they send them the PDF, the okay, give us your nominees now. Like that was week 1, and this game only really started getting traction with episodes 4 and 3, and like set by second week it was kind of like, oh, there's something here, and it kept just escalating. So then by the time that it hit everyone with that this is incredible, the nominees were already sent. So it was really unfortunate timing.
That with Man of Culture here, even though he spelled it very, very, very wrong.
Wuthering Waves, yeah.
Oh wait! Never mind. I thought he was saying the Uma. Yeah, never mind. I take that back. Baldwin is not a man of culture. He's a gooner.
I played a bit of Wuthering Waves. There is some culture there.
Best indie game. Okay, I was like, this was a very easy pick for me. There was zero question. It was Silksong. I'm going to assume that's what you picked as well, Silcanit.
Yep.
I went Blueprints because it's like I knew that even though I haven't played it, Blueprints was such a movement, and I feel like it has become a victim, like a victim of having other games that came out later this year completely overshadow it. So I kind of wanted to give it to it as it's kind of like a consolation, because I remember a lot of people were pushing heavy on Blueprints. So
yeah, I mean, for me there was. The second I saw it, I'm like, there's nothing else here that's even close to this for me.
Like for me, that lineup could be the Game of the Year lineup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now I know you guys love Absalom. It also is not a game for me, but I haven't. I don't know a whole lot about it.
Yeah, it's so good as a Double Dragon style like brawler, kind of like those like arcades. Like it's so cool how they were able to merge that with a roguelike. That is like it's not that dissimilar of playing in an arcade and pulling a coin and kind of going. It's actually like a perfect fit for that kind of game. And again, like E33, the whole Kepler interactive, like being the publisher thing, is like that
immediately removes this as a candidate in my eyes.
Yeah. Have to.
We've had this debate in the past, Silcanit. I know you don't agree, but so for me, realistically, it would only be this or this, and I'm not the biggest Hades guy, like I said. So I am a huge Hollow Knight guy. So
especially knowing that it's through Kepler how they got the budget to get the actors that they got. It's like it's getting harder to kind of like mold it in that fully indie kind of like category for me when it comes to like for E33. It's like, to me, they're a small AA team that did an excellent job. So.
Yeah, AA is more where I consider it as well. So. Best community support. We were talking about this yesterday. I picked Baldur's Gate because I'm tired of this. I hate this. Actually, no, I picked Helldivers now that I think about it.
Yeah, I picked No Man's Sky.
No. I did not pick Helldivers. I did pick Baldur's Gate. I did pick Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
You say you both went No Man's Sky?
Yeah, I went No Man's Sky because it always, that's the one where it's like, at least like in the circles of what's shown to me in the social media, I always see they're interacting.
Every 3 months they have a free update with like more and more. So
it's more a matter of I don't want to pick them every single year, and I usually do. So that's kind of why I went somewhere different this time.
Yeah.
Best ongoing. This is where I picked Helldivers.
Yeah, I went Marvel Rivals here.
A fair pick. Where'd you go, Silcanit?
No Man's Sky also.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Again, fair pick there too.
Best ongoing because they won best ongoing in 2020. I remember which is the pandemic year. I was like, okay, you've got your ongoing win. Marvel Rivals came out and had no recognition last year, so I was like, I want to give recognition to Marvel Rivals because I think it seems that it continues to be generally well liked. I don't hear controversies about Marvel Rivals. Like people like, I feel like the hero multiplayer community likes like what
Yeah,
they're playing and all
unlike
that.
a lot of those kind of games, it seems like when they release an update, they don't just piss off their entire fan base, which a lot of people tend to do. So,
Exactly, yeah.
yes, they do seem to be doing something right.
Yeah,
I know
that-
my friends bitched about Jeff the Shark for a while, but I don't know if they've nerfed him.
I think they did because
Okay. I have not heard them bitch about him in a while, but they bitched about him like crazy before. So
yeah, constantly.
Games for Impact, the award that pretty much nobody cares about. I just picked Lost Records because I know Ellery was interested in it.
the
so that's the reason I
category
picked
that nobody cares about, but that everybody should play all these games.
Yeah.
it. Considering I think this game is bad, I disagree with that statement, but okay.
And that's the one that I picked because it's the only one that I played.
No, I picked Wonderstop.
Mhm. I heard great things about Wonderstop, yeah, and
It's really
what it says about burnout and all that. So,
It's really like it treats the subject really well.
mhm.
Innovation and accessibility. Where did you guys go on this one?
I went Doom because I like Doom, not because I really knew about its accessibility thing.
So
This one I don't really like. I'm waiting for more videos about like from
Steve Saylor.
yeah,
Mhm.
Steve Saylor and all that part of the gaming industry,
Mm.
like the accessibility consultants, etc.
That's
Because they know what they're talking
gotcha.
about, and they present like really
I-
what each game does or not
Right.
compared to the others.
I went with Shadows because Ubisoft always does do a really good job with
Yeah,
their.
they always do.
with
But
their,
I know that Doom does a lot also, like with audio and stuff.
Yeah.
it
And
specifically lets you like change the speed of the game and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, even though I've soured on Shadows, I have to give it a Shadow because the financials came out that apparently they had a strong second quarter with that game.
That game
Like
did really
Star
well. Like
Yeah, so-
anybody that's trying to tell you that game failed, they don't know what they're talking about because it didn't.
Yeah, it's more so now. Like they underlined it. It's like
Mm.
it actually did well for them.
Yeah.
It's just
Better than expected, even.
mhm. Which makes sense. It was the entry that people wanted. Here we are.
So, here we go. The Expedition 33 award.
Yeah, this is
And you know what?
yeah.
That's the funniest thing is because of that.
It's
that's
why it
maybe
became
the
the
worst
most
category, like for that,
Garbage
because
selection right there. Should not be
because-
there.
it's the category they have the most to lose. Like
Mhm.
yes, they are nominated like 12 times.
Yeah, but it's
But
because
it's in 10
splitting.
categories
Yeah,
because you have
Yeah.
like
it's splitting the boat, and it's
Yeah.
like and it's really like Charlie
Tribeca
Cox
is
should
going
not
to
have
win
been
anyway,
there.
so-
Yeah, it's if this can get through the win, I'll take like the cannibalization of putting the three. Though I would say, like I said it yesterday, and I feel the Golden Joysticks handled how to award the actors better, where they left Mael for lead performance and they let Ben Starr for supporting performance.
Mm.
It's like great way to do it, and it allowed other people to get a nod to be like they got nominated. That's like I talked with Rick yesterday. It's like I feel the Kingdom Come people, like the two main guys,
Tom
should have been here.
Tom McKay should have been here.
Mhm. Yes,
He should have been in place of Charlie Cox, if nothing else.
who has said publicly he feels like a fraud that
Right.
everyone keeps like praising his performance
Right.
when he only went there for a day.
But
So,
and something that we've said, Alex, very interesting that they went with the Japanese voice actress
instead of
for-
Justus Young,
But that said, having heard both of them, if you were going to pick one, that was one to pick because I actually think she was much better than the English cast.
Mhm. Yeah, and a lot of people. think the
I
same
almost
way.
like I haven't played the game and I almost wanted to vote for her just to.
She
for
does
once-
an amazing job. She
for
does deserve
once-
to be here.
For once to not have an English speaker,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that would be great.
That's
Yeah.
what's very
Actor.
interesting is you have a Japanese voice actress.
Mhm.
Um,
It's the first time that's happened,
yeah,
and
But-
and I would
but nevertheless, we all three voted for Charlie.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, because I mean,
yeah, but I also kind of want to give a shout out to Erika Ishii because I
Oh,
feel
no,
like
yeah.
she is
She
she's
did a
the
good job.
reason why she's the reason why I remained invested in Yote like
Yeah, no, she
when
did a
I
good
went
job.
over Throgout. So she deserves her props. I think she was better than the E33 cast personally. So
I can get beyond that.
yeah.
Best audio design, strong candidate. Although I think Alex, we both agreed this probably is another one that maybe E33 shouldn't be. Audio design, obviously,
Audio
music
design
should be, but
because
audio
it's-
design maybe not.
Because I feel like it's more E33 is more defined by its OST than its
Right.
audio design. So that's
Right.
why I'm like, yeah, it's like, and also this one had a snub because a lot of people think that Arc Raiders should have been here, and it
Mhm.
wasn't, and a lot of people think that it probably got AI punished here. It's like
Oh, that could be. Yeah, that's a
yeah,
good point.
so,
For
I
me,
mean-
for me though, this was a very very easy Battlefield because Battlefield sound is impeccable.
mhm.
Yeah, I would have Battlefield also.
No, I went
But
Battlefield.
I would say like yes, people like link Clair Obscur to the OST, so
Mhm.
another award.
Well, right.
But like the sound design in combat for the sound cues of the parries, etc.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah.
It's good. I'm not saying it's not good. I don't know if it's best in class here. Like, I mean, Yote's.
I mean,
is
if
quite good.
you mess your sound design on your parry cues, you
Yeah,
fuck
you
your whole
get
game.
screwed. So I kind of see it. Like it from a gameplay, I think you have a point.
So yeah,
Silcanit, yeah.
was there better games? Maybe,
Mhm.
but I mean,
That's what I'm getting at. Like, I'm not criticizing the game here. I'm
like
just
Ghost of
simply
Yote with
criticizing
sound
this.
design is not really.
Yeah,
It's not gameplay relevant. That's correct. Yeah, for
exactly.
sure.
Yeah, Jot is the one that I think is even more sus in the audio design because like it's very minimalist in its audio. So it's like, are we like awarding the minimalism of its diegetic design here? So it's like
I would say in this case, it's more you're hearing the environment than anything else in terms of Yote. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm tired of foxes.
I'm sorry, Silcanit. What did you say you picked? You say you
Battlefield.
I picked
Okay.
Battlefield. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's in a league of its own in this particular category.
in the scenario that because Arc Raider is the late year sensation in the multiplayer department, and that's what's gonna get the multiplayer win. I can see like then Battlefield be like, okay, you didn't get this one, but we're gonna give it to you in audio. I can see that scenario happening.
Best score music.
Easy.
I mean,
Easy. Lauren Tester.
This was the one award I gave to Expedition 33. I assume we all probably did in this case, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I gave it to the.
Yep. And actually, I had said to Alex yesterday, for everything, for all the unending praise that I have for it, I don't know if I would quite put Hollow Knight here. It's not that the music's
honestly,
it's good. I don't think it's in like this and this and this
couldn't
category.
like recognize Silk Song.
Exactly.
I can Hollow Knight, and Silk Song is kind of like
flatter. At least it's not as.
it's kind of. It didn't register really in my. Apart from the last boss of the last act, like the team.
Many hours later,
because you fight them 3 times, so the theme kind of stays with.
Yeah, I mean,
but
Silk Song's impeccable. I don't know if this was the category for it though. Yeah, it's kind of up against some heavy. Like
but and for me, like Death Stranding 2 is just a Woodkid album.
Yes,
I love Woodkid. Like I'm a big fan of Woodkid. But it's just a Woodkid album.
But it's not so much an OST in your eyes, right? Is that what you're getting at?
No.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I mean, there's 400 songs in the Expedition 33 like soundtrack. It's insane. Like
I mean, there's probably more in this than there is in all three
yes.
combined. 4 of the others combined.
Probably.
Yeah, and for a guy that started his career in SoundCloud, it's kind of wild that he made music that impactful. And I even said it to Rick that I feel like that music, it's a lot. It was the rising tide that raised all boats for it getting all these nominations everywhere, because I feel like it just emotionally enveloped more people in like the experience of that game. That music is so important for everything that game does.
If I had to bet my life for one award, it would be this one. This is the one I feel pretty confident it's going to run away with it.
That's where you're gonna bet. You're gonna put $1,000 for 5 bets.
See, I didn't vote for it like in debut or indie game for Clair Obscur, not even performance yet. Like it's still my game of the year, and I voted for that. But I wouldn't be upset if he didn't get anything else but soundtrack. Like it has.
And I'm sure it's going to.
Yeah.
Because from minute one, that is what everybody talked about.
Because that year has been so good for games all over. Like there is arguments for every game.
In the game of the year thing, but music feels like the category that absolutely.
Yeah, it's the one where beyond anything else, it's head and shoulders above basically all the.
Yeah, and similar to like what like music in Final Fantasy does to that series is like take the music out, and it takes a lot of like what makes that experience like so like memorable. It's like
again, very strong category here.
I voted here as my token for you guys. I gave it to Silk Song.
I think I did as well because I love Hollow Knight's like hand drawn design. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure that's what I gave it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went for Expedition 33 on that one because
and see, I don't even really like. This is the one that for me is the easy last place of the four.
Yeah, my argument for that one is that it's an amazing looking game in screenshots, and then when you're but also because you played on PC, right? Silcanit. Yeah, the PC the PC version of that game and the epic setting is really insane. But on console, there's like that UE5 muddiness that's there.
The almost graininess,
yeah, that is like in the far off, like the visual kind of like imagination of the skybox design is really cool, especially when you get that screenshot. It's like, this is incredibly beautiful. But then when you get a little closer into like the details, you start seeing some ugliness to it. The console version.
But for me, it's also like the creativity of like of the designs.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the animation. Like yes, the combat animation are done by the Koreans, but I like the Korean games for their animations. So
yeah, and Death Stranding 2 is an incredible photorealistic. Yeah, it's a photorealistic showpiece that mixes kind of like that photorealism with Yoshi Shinkawa's immaculate like robotic design and like metallic composition that are like so emblematic of their art. I even said this to Rick. This is kind of like where I wish, again, because the Game Awards has this problem of constantly putting together categories that could have easily been split into one. It's like you can easily have best art direction and best graphics.
Right. Best technical.
That take more the technical side, and that's where like you would give it flowers to Death Stranding because
it would be between these two. Yeah, but it probably would go Death Stranding for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Death Stranding is a prettier game than Yote, so for sure. That's in my engine, but Yote is still a pretty like artful, like artfully colorful game. So
best narrative.
I went Silent Hill.
I went KCD.
I haven't played Silent Hill, so I went for Clair Obscur.
Yeah, Clair Obscur.
That's the one that touched me the most anyway.
Yeah, I can see
out of that because Death Stranding narrative.
Yeah. Actually, I did say yesterday. I was like, had I played further into it than I did, this probably would have been my pick. But I didn't get far enough that if I picked it, I kind of be fraudulent. So I kind of had to go with KCD.
The DS2 narrative is not really.
It has great emotion.
All that much.
Yeah, let's just say that it has great emotions and.
It has great emotion. It's like great set pieces, like great moments, but like the overall story of it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty simple. It's like it actually is like a.
More, you guys did say it's actually
kind of
Yote. Like once you see what's going on,
it's like Yote. Yote has good character moments and stuff, but the overall story is like
it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, so I wouldn't give it best narrative either. Yeah. Yes. Silent Hill F, I feel like definitely handles very serious like matter, especially with the horror and the themes, and kind of like how like you have to play more of that game with the multiple endings to kind of keep unpeeling like the onion layers that are clearly there. So it's like it's a very complex tale and handles it all pretty well. And Clair Obscur and Death Stranding to hit the same emotional beats, kind of like what they're about. Like Clair Obscur is more artful in the themes, whereas Death Stranding is a little bit more straightforward, and those kind of like they're basically two similar kinds of fruit of the same fruit. Basically, kind of see it. So it's like and Clair Obscur got there first. But yeah, I give it to Silent Hill because like the one area that I could give it to, like if I needed to give it a nod.
And
so
you said you went.
Yeah, he went.
Yeah, because it's just Silent Hill. Like all I'm hearing of it, like I kind of want to play them for the story, but I'm not really an survival horror guy.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, makes
sense. I have a hard time to play them. So maybe I should like find a let's play somewhere. Like
yeah, I think it's it would be worth you seeing this the let's play and see kind of like what the story's about. It's kind of worth it that way.
It messes with you. I'll tell you that much. It messes with you.
Yeah, and there's some of the most insane shit happens in Silent Hill F. That is like specific some moments that you're like, oh man, that's they went there. Holy crap! Like it's gonna make you wince in spots. So.
Best game direction. I think there is an objective pick here, and I think it's Death Stranding. I don't think I don't think any of these other four are even in the conversation against this one.
This is the category that's always so messy with what game direction actually means.
They do need to explain it a little better than what they do.
Yeah, it's like
outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
Yeah,
I still voted for E33 because, like, of the creative choices, like on the game design, like for the turn base, and because for me it's also like the game direction is someone that had a clear vision of the game they wanted and they steered their team to it. So
yeah, I gave it to Split Fiction because I feel like that game, like,
I thought you gave it to Death Stranding.
No, I didn't.
I thought you did.
I gave it to Split Fiction as my token for Split Fiction, in how it like mixes its co-op like Split and all that, like with the difference of sci-fi and fantasy together. That it feels very confident in how it handles all that could be messy into one. And I wanted to give it to one because I didn't nominate it anywhere else, so that's kind of why I went for Split Fiction, because I did nominate Death Stranding in the other one this coming.
Game of the year, yeah. So what's interesting here is all three of us picked something different. This is the outlier that, while a good game, I don't think it quite should be up here.
No.
So I know some people say Hades. Alex, you say Hades. I know
Hades too. Like, I haven't rolled credits, but from what I played, and I killed like the two main boss. And I'm like, maybe not on Game of the Year. Like...
Yeah, it's more that I feel like you can make the argument that Hades 2 is even though ironically Hades 2 is the highest rated game of this year in Metacritic right now. Hades 2 is it's more Hades. It's kind of like you can boil it down very easily to it's more Hades, which is not bad, but it's just in the more. Whereas I think you can kind of like say more about these other games. That it's like what Hollow Knight Silksong is just not. It's not just more Hollow Knight. Death Stranding 2 is not just more.
It's basically Hollow Knight is basically like the Hollow Knight formula perfected. Right.
Yeah, and it adds a lot more like on the story and the characters and like and Hades too, like same characters, like same horniness everywhere. Like
Death Stranding 2, instead of just being like the hardcore
which
like backpacker.
Pick, to be clear.
Yeah, Death Stranding 2 is the one that I picked. It's like Death Stranding 2 is like the Metal Gear 5 sequel put into Death Stranding. Like it couldn't be like in the gameplay department more like a clear evolution from like that first game, and I'm more confident, kind of like a more confident grasp of that. So the DK Bonanza, it's probably the one game I like the least out of all of these, even though I still liked it. It's in my top 10, but it's the one game that I'm like, it's great, but I think it's
not quite it's kind of a pauper amongst royalty otherwise.
Exactly. That's kind of like the only thing to me.
Silcanit, you went with Expedition 33, like I'm sure half of the rest of the world is going to.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted to say that you haven't already said?
French.
Yeah, he's also French, of course. Like E33 was my vote for a while, but then when I was thinking deeper about like what a game means more to me is like Death Stranding 2, like I found it so touching of when I played it and the time that I played it and all of that I stopped reviewing it to write an editorial about what that game meant to me. That I was like, for what it means to me, I think I have to really give it to Death Stranding. But it's like I know E33 is gonna win, and if it wins, I'll still like clap it, because me and Rick, we had a lot of conversation about
we did.
The multiple
honestly it's
layers.
It's why the episode was so long. It was probably an hour and a half of talking about that,
because I feel so many ways about Expedition 33, and I even talked with my friend Luis about it even yesterday after we talked. Like he called me and we went on 3 hours talking about this too.
You spent 5.5 hours talking about Expedition 33 yesterday.
Yeah, literally talking about this, because it's like I feel like I've said it. I feel E33 is like, when I think about it from the devs perspective, like these devs that they're like, we love JRPGs. We see that there's a gap for the high fidelity JRPG because it's more in the anime side. I feel we can try to make this work as a team. And they're like, they have done nothing but shower and love in these inspirations. And the game that they made is a literal love letter to the games that inspired us. Like they never like how I say it, it's like never from the dev side you hear that the game they made was the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Right.
That has never come from there. And it's so annoying that this game became so popular and broke containment for a lot of passengers that connected so much to this game that then have just gone so over hyperbolous in how this is the most revolutionary thing ever, how it's like the most peak thing ever. It's like it's modeling the message of kind of like what it is, because like, and you even using it as ammo to shit on JRPGs. And that to me is like, man, it's like the fan base is engendered. It's so damn like toxic and annoying. And even though there's a lot of people that genuinely love this game, like Paul, like if this is his game of the year, and I don't know why this game is his game of the year, like for a very touching personal reason too, is like the way like, and I even told Rick this yesterday, how like this game, like if there's something that E3 did do that not many games did, is be so emotionally like enveloping to so many people that people feel so ardently emotional about like what this game means to them, that even though there's a few gaps in logic that you can argue, it's very hard to argue if the game didn't emotionally connect with you like it did on many. Like, there's so many layers like with E33 that it's like I would praise this amazing team that did this as a love letter to a genre. Even if somehow it doesn't win something, I would love to then rub the non-win to this annoying passengers at the same time. So it's like, it's kind of like it's me wearing multiple, it's me wearing the visage, the multiple faces. So when it comes to when it comes to like my different like complicated feelings about how much I love this game, the annoying conversation about it, the positive representation of what it can mean for the industry and AA development and even like independent development and all that. That's, I feel like there's so many, it's such a multifaceted like conversation that it's like all mixed together right now when it comes to E33. So
yeah, but I mean, for the game of the year, like even if you remove all that, like like this, the DS2 when I finished it, like was really close behind for me from E33. But the more I think about it, like I had a good time constantly in E33 all the time, like for 60 hours straight. And DS2 like has a good start. It slows down,
and then again like the peak.
And the end is just like
yes, it's stratosphere. Like, yeah, it's a stratosphere.
Okay, your average is good, but like for 30 hours, I was like.
Yeah, there's a point. Yes,
you know?
There's a point. I would say I would agree with that the DS2 like reaches some incredibly high highs, like especially at the time that it does, which is kind of like near the end. So
yeah, but I mean, it's Kojima going Kojima.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it's like the full. It's like you also have to be like fully on board with Kojima.
Oh yeah, you have. But if you're not, like you're going to have a rough last 30 minutes.
Yes.
and then so for me. All year, I have said there were 3 games that I thought were just heads and shoulders above anything else released, and they're all in this category. It's in no particular order: 1, 2, and 3. And
so you got to represent it on all 3.
So I actually am happy that the games that I thought were 3 easily best games of the year are all here. None of them's going to win because that's going to, but probably nobody. There's mine right there. I mean, I don't know what more I can say about this game that I haven't said already, but. I will say I genuinely believe that it pushed the Western RPG genre forward more than
a lot of people.
Probably anything since maybe Skyrim. And I mean, I don't like Skyrim, but
Skyrim didn't push much. Huh?
I agree with that. Okay, that's about
Witcher 3. Yeah,
let me say
Skyrim is Oblivion mod. It's an Oblivion mod.
I was about to say, let me say Oblivion. Oblivion's a better example. Yeah, I think this because first of all, this showed that you can have your Oblivion, your Scout, whatever, and you can have a good narrative there. It doesn't have to be a terrible story, right? It doesn't have to be a story
propped
that
up just by the side activities, because like a lot of people are like, I don't care about that.
The simple way to have a good Western RPG that doesn't suck ass story like Oblivion, Skyrim.
Is don't have Bethesda make it? Is that what you're going to say?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I actually did.
It's not hard.
You mentioned Witcher, and I mean, I actually love Witcher's main story too. So, but I thought Witcher was more of a refinement to. I mean, once it was patched, I was all that, but I thought it was almost to almost perfected sheen. Whereas I thought this did actually move it forward. Look, And actually, I mentioned the main story. The reality is the side stories in this are are better than most main stories in games.
It feels like the next, like from what I hear, because this is not just because trying to look why people love this game so much. How they say that this takes the baton of what Witcher 3 like perfected, and that the side quest that feels like you're being given a fetch quest, and then you go down the rabbit hole of such like tangle web of incredible developments.
Yeah, when you do quests in this, it always designates a letter for what phase you're in. Sometimes you will have a quest that starts at A. I mean, they all start at A, and it'll end up at like
G.
Freaking G. No, way later than that. It'll be like MOP, whatever. Yeah, something like that. Like it'll be that much of a branching thing, stuff like that. It is. To be honest with you, this is one that it really is not fair that it also was not in direction, because it does deserve to be in direction for sure.
Yeah,
but we know why that one is, don't we, Alex?
Yeah, yes. I still say the fact that it made it at all, considering
I agree.
who are the ones that it's like goes to show that the game quality wise was so monumental and so impactful that regardless of what people feel
it could
about
not
its
be
director,
ignored. Even though Eurogamer, for example, had a grudge against this game from day one. But IGN actually did give it a good review. They gave it a 9, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it gave it a 9, and the big tagline that says like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 takes the baton that Bethesda left behind when they try to casualize the RPG. Okay, and like and shows us like what it's like to have better combat than this kind of game usually has, and like the next evolution of Psychos. That was kind of like the review by Leanna Heifer, your favorite.
Yes. Well,
so
I mostly agree with her review. The one thing I don't agree with was it was a side thing, but she mentioned about fighting through the human camp or whatever, and I'm like, why would you even do that? It's something that happens late in the game. But she did it earlier, which you're not supposed to do, so it ended up kind of like screwing her when the time came to actually do it. But yeah, for me this was, I don't want to say an easy pick, because the reality is it was between these two, but I couldn't not give it to Kingdom Come.
Have you finished Silksong?
No,
he has not.
No, I know he didn't.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm asking knowingly.
No, Silcanit, he hasn't beaten any of these 6 games.
No, I know.
I haven't even played this one.
Exactly.
I stopped this one because I don't really like it that much. And in the case of these two, I'm actually following the same process that I followed with their predecessors. And this one, I was waiting till the last DLC, which is now out. So, so yeah. And actually, to be honest with you, I'm further through this than you think I am.
Yeah,
I'm like 70% of the way through the story.
And I would say that what they did, where they made that weekend, where they made the game free on Xbox or like they had like that free weekend, right before the DLC, was very brilliant, because I feel like it allowed the game to restart the conversation right around this moment. So it's like it feels like KCD2 is not gonna suffer it came so early in the year, people forgot about it. So it's like they were able to time it well.
Yeah, because you mentioned that it would be the first. Yeah, it would be the earliest game of the year, because this was April. I think.
April.
This was June,
July, and September.
Yeah. So it would have been by far the earliest of the 3, actually.
So good on Bob. Good on Warhorse. Regardless, it's like at least Warhorse has proven.
They did the opposite of what GSC Game World did, where they released their big update, but 2 days before that, they took out a Game Pass.
Yep, literally. I wanted to play it yesterday.
They probably should have like worked with Microsoft to get it for one more month to get people to go like, yeah, this is awesome, and now I want to buy it.
Exactly.
They probably did that backwards, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but hey, a Microsoft fumble. What else is new?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I can blame Microsoft for that. The deal ran out, and the reality is GSC should be like, hey, we have a huge update that's really going to change this game. Can we renew it for 1 month and like really push it? And I actually think it would have, improved their sales a lot too. But I mean, it has sold well. But yeah. So there we go. We went through our picks. Some agreements, some definite disagreements, but. Overall,
Yeah,
but not strong disagreements because they're all so good.
Yeah, that's kind of the beauty of all of this. It's a lot. It's an embarrassment of riches of how good a lot of this thing is. It's like just in general quality. So, but it is something that me and Rick were like talking yesterday. Like to me personally, it's like it's funny because I think I can objectively say that this is one of the greatest releases years all time, but specifically in the AA and indie space, it's like they really showed up.
It's probably been the best indie year of all time.
And for the games that I personally like, I had more preference to the last 2 years, but that doesn't take away from this year, like in the slightest. So, but that's just taste, and that's the thing. It's like you can say that and like observe and declare and like and understand that's what it is, while also knowing where your tastes lie. And sometimes like that means that sometimes your taste will be somewhere else. So,
and to be fair, like because of this year releases, like I'm looking at 2026 and like there's nothing for me there. Like, I don't care about GTA. I don't care about Wolverine. Maybe James Bond if the reviews are good.
Because
I don't care about Fable, but I know a lot of people do.
Yeah, I care.
Fable is like I never played the original games in US, so I don't have any attachment to it. There's Forza Horizon 6.
Yes, I'm excited for Resident Evil, but also I would agree. I would say like we'll probably look back at 2025 as like a very important stepping stone to finally underlining that a big gap in the industry that was leaving the AA behind for so long, where it was just AAA or indie. That middle part is finally like being healed, and it's finally like they literally carried the majority of these games. There was rarely a AAA game in the Game of the Year conversation this year. Think about that. Because not even the KCD2 would be considered a AAA.
It was more
like what you know.
Yeah.
It's like it's more of a AA. It was a $40 million like cost.
Death Stranding would probably be the closest one to it. With Death Stranding, really, Yote had a small budget, but it was still a big enough budget to qualify as triple. Those two would be your main AAA.
Exactly, just like when
Donkey Kong 2 because
and Nintendo. It would be those two. So it's that Nintendo because Nintendo development is always kind of like their most. They throw everyone that they work at those things, even though it's a Nintendo game. So like you can like regardless of how those games look and all that, they still get like the full big production that you expect from them. But it's like then at the same time, it's like we're so used to we have 5 AAA games and throw Stray. Like throw Stray as the token.
Right.
As a token.
It was a token indie nomination, whereas this year it's like the two indie nominations. Yeah, they earned it. You don't think Hades should have been there? It's like it was just out of there, if not right. It's like these weren't even just put in there. Like they were ones that were very strong contenders from.
I mean, don't leave KCD2 outside of that. Like they earned this. Like if anything, like they prove is like look. We're probably at a cheap country, but look the kind of game that we made without having to spend $300 million on an asset flip. So, looking at you, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I can't wait for like people in the finance department of these big companies to like crunch number of how much does it cost us to be in like the West Coast.
Oh yeah,
just that, like just relocate like Ohio,
Alex, I know people always ask Colin like why do they insist on being on San Francisco? He's like, well, it's because where people want to be. It's like, well, it's time to tell them if you want to work for us, you're not going to live here. It's that simple. You got to start telling them like we'll pay you more, but we are not going to be in
we'll
California.
Pay you the same. Like we'll pay you the same. Yeah, we'll have office.
But it goes a lot further somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
It's time to get out of California because it is so stupidly expensive there.
Yeah.
Like.
And look what the expensiveness of games and how long those games take now. It's like what that has done to like AAA release calendars. It's like this is why this year's gonna be important because like the fact that AA and indies have shown up in such strengths this time. When they show up, there's no time to play everything. We were so flooded with so much stuff that it's like I'm glad because it's like when it became just the AAA stuff and that just ballooned in budget, then it's like. When there was like no gap, then it was like we have nothing to play because I only played especially for the myopic people. We know who those are. So it's like this was there's a good this year will be remembered for that. It's kind of like it feels like the industry kind of like when Hollywood course corrected briefly like in the 1970s. This feels like the moment the gaming industry after the layoff catastrophes of 2023 and 2024 and even earlier this year with like
and the ones coming in 2026
it's like at the very least now we're seeing that still is going to be corrected, but look at everything that can happen if you follow Destiny Legary, I love that he's been retweeting this meme of like, this is a game for people that love this and this and this.
I saw he said that. I was like, what the hell is this?
It's been a meme of AA developers are kind of like promoting their games using the keywords to kind of like for that to show up. If people are like searching for specific series, like in search engines, be like, hey, look at this game that we're making, and all of those
it's basically playing the SEO game. I got you.
Yeah, they are, and it's like, hey,
they don't have a
look
choice.
what AA is doing. It's like, and he even said, it's like, if this is what AA is now doing, and they're doing it at a fraction of the budget, like AAA is cooked right now.
AA is genuinely what 60% of the industry should be.
Mm-hmm.
You should have the indies that are trying to get to the AA stage, and then only a handful of AAA is what you should have. It shouldn't be all AAA. Like that's why no one's making money.
Exactly,
it's ridiculous.
Yep, precisely. So,
but just one small thing I did want to say is, outside of obviously a couple snubs that particularly frustrate me, and the obviously ridiculous 3 nominations for performance, I actually thought that the nominations were pretty accurate for most things here. You're always going to have some snubs that no matter what. I mean, you have so many slots, right? But I thought for the most part, the people at least got most of them correct in this one, which is good to see.
I wouldn't disagree completely. It's like it's more the nature of how this show is specifically like packs everything together, and immediately seeing like how it was structured again at the Golden Joysticks, where like Golden Joysticks is just way more clear and knows how to separate things. Like
you have more categories, and
it's like in indies,
and it's voted only by the public. Like the problem of this nomination and vote on the TGA is like it's an aggregation of all like the games media. So you just have to take the Metacritic list and you have your nominees. Like that won't deviate from that.
Exactly, and
the same people that reviews and give the score are the one nominating. So,
and I feel like, and because I heard this from Alana Pierce, I said it in our show yesterday, I'm gonna repeat it here. Like Alana Pierce made a video about this topic, that the one show and Game of the Year categories that does it right when it comes to nominations is the BAFTAs, because
it's why it's the most prestigious of them all.
Because they very early on, for a year's time, they create signups for people that are gonna be like, hey, we need panels that are gonna be experts at choosing what is gonna be the things that we're gonna be voting on, and that's gonna be your beat. And people sign up, be like, hey, I'm gonna sign up for here because I'm gonna be making sure I'm gonna go to bat for the nominations for sports, for action adventure, for RPGs, instead of
strategy games, which always gets completely overlooked.
Whereas it's like the same people that vote here, they're the ones that have to write in these things, and a lot of those people clearly say, I hear it always in Kind of Funny. I hear it's like, we don't know. It's like it feels like we're throwing darts of what because it's such an unserious.
They tend to try. They tend to pick with what the biggest name is. The biggest name is not necessarily the best. I mean, sometimes it is, right, but not always.
Yeah, it's more vibes. It's like it allows for people to choose more on vibes than expertise, and because of that, then few categories will always be screwed here, like fighting and strategy,
because they don't have people that actually know what's good, right?
Yeah, it's like and it was also kind of something that made a comment there at that video, and all peers also responded. They like, this is also true, that it's like, unfortunately, the Game Awards is the most popular of all these shows,
but it's got because it's not an award show. Because it's a trailer showcase show,
right?
And people just want the trailers to know what's coming.
Nobody would watch it. I agree with that.
People watch it because they want to see what's coming next year, and that's the last big one of the year. So
and it's like the fact that he does them in December, when there's so many games that also come out in December. It's always gonna be the biggest like black hole that always like prevents the show from being what it could be, because it's like he doesn't do it in January because there's no ads to sell in January, because he's so reliant on ads. That's why it happens in December. But it's like he just creates this thing where
it's an attempt at last ditch Christmas pitching. That's exactly what it is.
Exactly. So it's like that's why like for people that really care for Game of the Year, like for actual prestige of Game of the Year, you wait for the individual sites to give their awards, or you wait for the DICE or BAFTAs that happen next year. Because at that point they have everything that they need.
They happen in something like February, don't they?
DICE is February, and the BAFTAs are March or April, depending on
the year. Gotcha.
And
or just make your own.
Yeah,
because all of that doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. It's like if something's your game of the year, that is your choice
Yeah,
too. You don't
yeah.
have to be like all
Yeah.
that bad. If that's kind of like what you care about, it's like
Yeah.
to me, the Game Awards. I did an editorial about it in 2023. I still stand by it. To me, the Game Awards is the Winter Game Fest for me. I go in there because that's where it's like it has the pomp and circumstances.
I will say it's almost a sports mentality. It like there is a part of fun that's like, hey, I like this game. I want to root for it to win things, right?
Mhm.
Like, and that's
Oh, yeah.
sort of, now obviously the internet takes that much too far.
Exactly.
Surprise,
Yeah.
right?
That's the problem. with the
But
internet.
there's definitely an element that, because I personally do actually care about the awards. I know a lot of people that watch it don't. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of people. The majority of the viewership that watches it do not. They're only there for the reveals and stuff like that. But I do actually care that you know,
Well, I
the
care.
deserving games get their.
Yeah.
I care more about the nomination than the award itself.
That's probably a good way to put it. Yeah,
because
that's
that's when like you have more eyes on more games.
Yes, I would agree with that. And to be fair, and the thing that's always perpetually frustrating about the Game Awards is that it's the one show that a lot of people are always rooting for it to get better because they understand how big it is. And then it makes it all the more frustrating when you know that the actual behind the scenes process of the actual thing
it's all money. Yeah,
exactly. It's not handled as well as the other ones that do it well, but are not as watched as they are.
Right.
So and then when you have freaking people like Paris literally said that I don't take this award seriously, is that to me it's just an excuse to throw in something that I think it's there and then go into the show to see my friends. He said that, and he's like,
they shouldn't be voting. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so it's like, so it's like everyone wants to have it both ways with this show. It's so funny. It's like that. What's frustrating is that early on, when it was before all the money came in for this show before the pandemic, I felt that there was a genuine attempt to be like, okay, I feel they're kind of getting it right. I feel something happened halfway through that it just kind of like ballooned into an uncontrollable hydra post pandemic.
10 cent is what happened.
Yep, literally.
But yeah, so just very, very quickly, I don't want to dive too deep into this, but we had the other thing is the Xbox Partner Showcase. The other thing I really want to mention is, damn, does Tides of Annihilation look good?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we're all in agreement here. Silcanit, I know you and I, as well as Clint, all thought it looked awesome in the PlayStation show whenever it was revealed.
January.
I don't remember when it was, but
January State of Play.
But I actually thought this one, while this one may not have shown what it was about, whereas the PlayStation one did, I thought this one showed that there's clearly some serious spectacle behind this game, and I am. It's very much towards the top of my anticipation list now.
As long as they clean up the frame rate drops that were shown there, and we get to see more of the depth of the combat, this game is like high up there for me too. The kind of games that I really like. And again, like it's the world is healing, where we went through the soul slop for a while, where everyone was doing an action game was just doing a Souls game. Now we're getting back to the character action based game. It's like I don't mind if both exist. Have your Souls likes and have this, but we're not getting character action based because it was all Souls likes. So it's like great, like pendulums swinging back in, but I want the pendulum to be right in the middle so everyone can get their styles.
So yeah, on that
as long as the voice acting and story is better than Lost Soul aside.
Well, so it's not hard to be a better story than that had. So.
Yes.
But that game did have great combat. So
but it's like gosh, it's like, but it's still like so much of it dragging it down. And even though they patched it, the cutscenes look slightly better now. Like with the faces, I tried it, but it's like it's still the same story. It's still like Paul said it best. It's like the story of that game is like someone that hated Final Fantasy tasked to summarize a Final Fantasy story. He really does. But hey, Rick, it's an interesting world, right?
I don't know what you mean. I have an idea what you mean by that, but I don't know exactly what you mean. But
yeah,
we'll let that one one rest how it is.
Yes.
So I think we'll get wrapping up here. We're running a little bit long, but actually I'll do this first. Got a fortune cookie. Clint, see, I had it with me, unlike Clint. It's the same nonsense it has been every freaking week, like it is before. Yes, it is the one that I've had like 4 times. An upcoming event will reunite you with old friends. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Silcanit, where can people find you, my friend?
You can find me on Blue Sky or like on diverse Discord. I frequent under at Silcanit.
Alex?
The Slayer Giant on Twitch and Twitter and Blue Sky, and written content over at seasongaming.com, where you can go read my review for Black Ops 7 whenever it goes live, because I don't control that. I just submit, and then they put it live whenever they deem like it. And yeah, the podcast, the X Bottom podcast, that is going to be transitioning soon into a live show next year. Like we're kind of working that behind the scenes.
Similar to what we're doing here, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like the constant editing and having to rely on my internet upload speed not working and kind of like messing up my upload was like driving me up a fucking wall. That I was like, I even had to call my internet provider, be like, "This is unacceptable. You need to fix what's happening with my upload. I'm paying for this," and they did. So this week finally like aligned the episodes once again, like where they should be. It's been like a delayed thing over the last month, but
I see the telecommunications companies work differently in El Salvador than they do in the United States. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If we would make that call, they would probably slow down our internet.
Yeah, but nope. Yeah, like they actually like the one thing that I will always praise our president in the like here, like kind of like how he's grabbed them like the telecommunication companies here to improve our infrastructure, because it's he wants that to be, because they want El Salvador to be like a tourist place that's appealing for many investors for the outside, and you need the internet for that. So
yes. For me, it's Butch4969 everywhere. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. It's been fun. Been good talking about Game Awards.
Talking about good games is always good.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep. I always enjoy talking with you guys. I love this.
Appreciate you guys joining with me. And thank you to everybody that joined us today. I don't know if Baldwin's still there, but Baldwin Freight. And Clint, I think, is who was mostly with us. But till next time, next week's Black Friday, so I don't think we're doing a show, but probably the week after.
Yeah, we're not doing one either. Yeah,
the week after is the Game Awards, huh?
11, yeah.
Clint and I need to do something if we're going to do our our bet. We got to get our guesses out there. So I guess we'll have something coming soon, but we'll see. But anyway, thanks for everybody joining us. It's been fun, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
And
Alex is for some reason blindfolded.